Hey, what's up everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to Track Walk episode number 103, I want to say, in MX Simulator, where today we are going to be playing the FAMmx MotoVilla Compound. And I'm doing this track today because last week we did a sponsored video with FAMmx Designs where they did a set of SYS MX graphics and gave me a set for my new CR250 Honda. And Blake then released this track. Blake, the owner of FAMmx, released this track like the next day, and I'd already done track walk for last week, but I really wanted to do this track, and I decided to give it a week and do it this time. And I've been playing this track a little bit this morning, kind of trying it out, see what it feels like, and it is super de-duper fun. Blake always does a killer job with these, I guess they're like compound tracks where he puts a bunch of different tracks on them, and this I would say is probably the best one that he's ever put out in terms of like a compound. So it's super entertaining and fun, and there's 4 tracks on it. You can see in the track map on the right hand corner of the screen. There is the Motocross track, which I am on, and then 3 Supercross tracks, and one of them is more, I feel like, of an arena cross track just because of its size, but they're all very fun and enjoyable to play, just like this national track, which, as you can see, has some huge booters, big triples and step ups and stuff like that. And I'm not doing a very good job of like whipping on them right now, but you can definitely get super whipped out and corked out on some of these jumps. And what I like about the national track from playing it so far is that it definitely has the feel of some of the local series stuff that Blake has done in the past. FAMmx for many years in the game has been part of the fall and spring series local cross races, which are like, you can imagine like your local racetrack at Chicken Licks Raceway or whatever that has less than a minute lap times, and it's got a few big jumps and a few rhythm sections, and it's pretty much back and forth going off of berms and stuff like that. And this track has a lot of those big jumps, but it's a little bit more of like a flowy in and out of this kind of hill section on the compound track. And you can see off to the left side, there's like an entire house that would, essentially be his house if this was his property that he lived on. We can all dream. And then there's like a road beyond that, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. Like the actual environment of this is extremely well built. Like you have an entire feeling that you're just kind of in this little middle of nowhere kind of area with one road that leads to it, and you go across some train tracks, and there's like a Kenmore facility, a FAMmx race shop, and then this is like the MX park, so you can come ride the MX park, and I'll show you off to the side where there's like people actually like camped out or there for the day with all their stuff, like they unloaded the truck and all that. And then you got the Supercross tracks for what would essentially be the pros to ride on if this was like an open to the public facility. And then like the big house in the middle, as I already mentioned. It's just it's a very awesome environment, but to the point of the tracks, all the tracks have very fun, unique features. And like this MX track, you can just flow everything so smoothly. I think Blake has been one of the more like improved track creators I've seen through the years. When he first started releasing tracks, everything was huge and in my opinion kind of unrealistic, and it was one of like the downfalls of his Supercross tracks very often was like some of the Supercross series that he would put on during the fall, like when we did the FAMmx Fall Cup series and stuff like that. They were just like dramatically overscaled and super grippy, and people liked them because they were easy, but it wasn't even close to like realistic Supercross. And it's not a bad thing, for a one-off series and whatnot, that's fine. But in comparison to like the Supercross tracks that everybody in the MX Simulator community would eventually race, that Race Factor Gaming put on with the actual series, they were severely overscaled, and it just was not even like a close comparison. But I'll show you, I'm going to do 5 laps on this national track, and then I'll probably go do 5 laps each on the Supercross tracks. That the Supercross tracks themselves have, in my opinion, slimmed down in terms of scaling, and he's done a really good job of kind of bringing it back to like a realistic Supercross feel. The oversized stuff, it felt realistic, but you could, like, if you really broke it down, you'd realize just how far you were going on some jumps and how, you know, you could tell eventually that it was overscaled. You were doing lines that were realistic. You weren't doing quads and fives and rhythm sections or anything crazy like that, but you were tripling, like, you know, 70-foot triples in the middle of a rhythm section sometimes. So I'll show you what I mean by the Supercross in a second, but to the point of this national, I can't get over how good this national track actually flows, and he did a really good job at building jumps that you know, you have to time and clear perfectly. Like this section, for example, I'm OJing this, but I still, like, I have to land that jump so perfectly to get over the top. I'm on a 450 and I still couldn't jump over the top of that hill. And then, you know, like little rhythm sections like this where you jump up and then you jump down here and then a big triple in the middle of that, and then it jumps down into a double. It's almost like his old oversized Supercross tracks in a way, where they were, you know, just huge jumps that are almost like a rhythm section on a Supercross track. You know, I just went 2-2-3-2 basically around a corner, and I'm exaggerating because that's not as big as they used to be. They were smaller than that, his Supercross tracks, but still, I'm just kind of pointing out that he's got a very good knack, does Blake, of building stuff that will have good flow and feel really fun, excuse me, and entertaining to play, instead of just like trying to string stuff together that won't fit. Like, look at this, like a little step up and then it comes down under a bridge, little double, and then you come back onto the start straight. Like, it's just so fun and entertaining, and I like it. And it's awesome that we have someone like Blake in the community that, I mean, I'm pretty sure he got his start with his graphics company by, you know, skinning stuff in MX Simulator, getting used to it, and then eventually purchasing templates for bikes and doing the graphics themselves. But it's nice that to have someone that is actually doing something in the MX industry, always contributing to the sim community by sponsoring the series and pumping out tracks like this and doing his own racing series and stuff like that. Like, Blake himself has hosted several series in this game, and he knows exactly the ins and outs of it. So Blake's an awesome guy for the community. More than just the tracks that he's building and the graphics company that he owns, he has contributed a lot to the community, which is that's what I like. I like people that are here to build a community, not here to just play a game and shit on people, which a lot of people do. Blake is not one of those people. Like, look at how fun this is. If I was watching this video right now and I were one of you fine folks, I would be like, man, this looks like a track that would be fun to play. And that's what I like to do with these track walk videos, is pick up a track that I have fun playing and talk about how I enjoy playing it and the cool aspects of it and some of the downfalls that there may be, but why it's also a fun track to play regardless of the downfalls. And giving you guys a video to watch, and at the very least, you know, learn something more about the track and the people and all that stuff like that. But also the download link in the description every time so that you can also play the track for yourself. Because MX Simulator has thousands and thousands of tracks, and a lot of them are pretty dang cool, like this one here. And look at, we've done over 100 episodes of track walk, and a lot of them have been very, very cool tracks. That'd be interesting. Any of you fine folks out there that are pretty avid viewers of our track walk series, what do you think is the worst track I've ever done for a track walk? Not trying to throw the creator of that track under the bus or anything. I'm just saying, like, we've done so many cool tracks. Has there been a track that any of you that have downloaded from watching my track walk videos that you were just kind of like, not doing it for me? I'd be interested to hear. It could even be my tracks, which is why I bring it up. So here's one of the Supercross tracks, which I feel like is more like an arena cross track, and this is kind of cool. This is where the start gate is, and then you go off this little launch thing, and then way down into this corner, and this would be turn 1. But this is why I feel like it's almost an arena cross, because yeah, this rhythm section's pretty long and it does go down the hill a little bit and stuff like that, but it's a lot tighter of a feeling than like a Supercross track. It's just a couple back and forths, finish line jump, and then you go backwards down the start straightaway. And I think it's built like this because there wasn't a lot of room to build stuff back here, but that's just to my point about this is a little bit more of like a arena cross feel than a Supercross feel, but it still is fun to play, even though I am playing it poorly. But there you can see right in front of me, that's the FAMmx Design building or whatever. I don't think Blake actually, well, yeah, he does. Never mind. I regret to say what I was about to say, so I'm not going to say it. You can triple in here, you can triple there, you can quad into the corner, blow up this berm, whoop section, and a finish line jump. So I'm actually not going to play that many laps on this track because it's small, it's pretty easy to tell what the lines are, but I am going to go straight at the top here and show off a couple things. Yeah, the dragon's back. The other tracks are more entertaining, which is why I want to do it. So if you go through this fence, you can see like all these bikes that are placed on stands back here. The trucks and stuff like that, which I'm surprised don't have collisions. People hanging out in the pits like, whoa, look at this guy. He's just moseying through the pits here. And then you have this road, which there's the FAMmx Design building. And some FAM trucks and stuff like that. Then you have like this kind of random building here. It's got an American flag on it. I'm pretty sure this is off a national track somewhere. I want to say Glen Helen, but I could be wrong. Oh, that was a stupid fall off. And then in front of me is the second Supercross track, or actually it's the first on the listing, but if you go through this gate here, you have the garage to the left, another smaller garage, and then the house. You can kind of go around this here. And then back here is like another house. I don't know if this is the same house, but this is also a trailer with some bike stands on it from the FAMmx race team. And then he's got this bitchin' little fountain that he built in right here. And then if you continue to go on down here, there's like a garage with a lot of garage doors. And then back here, more bikes, and then like a tool bench and some championship plates and stuff like that. And before I ride this next track, I'll go over here and hopefully not get taken out by that fence. Okay, there's a train on the train tracks, and then some trucks waiting for it right here. Moto Option truck, FedEx, etc. And then here's the Kenmore facility that I was talking about. It's got a clock on it and some tractors. Like, this is just a really cool environment. And I will now move on to this track, which I will do 5 laps. I'll do 5 laps on this track because I said I was going to do 5 laps and I only did 2 on the first one. So start comes down here, and then this rhythm section you go 3, 3 on, off, and then there's options here, but you can dragons down and then triple. And I want to try to quad in this rhythm section at some point. I'm sure you can somewhere. Out of this corner, triple onto the table, off, and then this would be the finish line jump. There's timing gates for each of these tracks, but you have to load up a different like actual tracks, so I'm not going to do that. Triple on, off, quad, quad. If I can almost not case that jump. Come out of this corner and triple up. Come down, triple down. Supercross triple. And damn it. I was trying to cut that corner and I turned a little too soon. I still clear it. Oh, jorts. Oh, yep. That's alright, we're good. Got a U-turn on off, and then this section's pretty straightforward in my opinion. You just 3 in, 3 over if you can. I don't know why I didn't get more throttle there. I was just kind of lollygagging. Well, you're supposed to go 3, 3, 3, and a 3 out here, and then whoops. And then you're back to where the start straight was, so you just turn around and continue on your merry way doing those same lines. This time I will cut down on this berm and double in, and then triple. Try to triple again, but come up short, and then you would triple out. So I'm going to take that different line next time and try to nail a quad somewhere in there. You could probably quad if I got it right, but I so far have not got it right. And then this section I just like to go outside and triple on, because then you can just quad your way through this rhythm section. If I had any sense of timing today, I cannot seem to do these jumps correctly. And I played this track before I did a video. I tried to get used to these tracks so that I didn't crash a bunch, because some people have mentioned that they hate watching me just crash over and over again in this game. Hey, I hate it too. I don't like just sitting here and falling over all the time and getting mad about it. So let's get these timings down a little bit better. There we go. Triple into this corner. And made a little mistake there, but it's still good. So let's try a different rhythm here. Double in, triple over, triple out, and then let's try to nail a quad in this rhythm. Right here. Oh boy, nice. I'm not gonna triple in here now. And then I'll take a different rhythm right here too. Go inside and double. Then you quad onto that table, bounce off, and quad again. And then you just single out, which is why I like that outside line better. I feel like you do less jumps if you go outside in that corner and triple onto the table. And it also feels like it goes a little bit faster because you stay lower to the ground through most of it. But I could be wrong. Usually I think I have lines down pretty pat in Supercross, and then I watch some of the better riders in this game tackle those lines, and they do completely different rhythms than me. So don't always take my advice. I try to offer the best advice that I can, but even I am not always right. My fiance is though, that's for sure. Alright, triple on here. I want to try to quad in this rhythm. So that's not the way to do it. Got one more lap after that to try. Just trying to really choke up and land smoothly on that double in off the dragons, but did not work out. And we will continue to go outside here. Oh boy, nose, up, nose. Gonna endo. I have had way too many people lately on the channel asking me, they word it pretty much like the way a JLV does. I think that there's some sort of code that you need to enter to get MX Simulator, and the answer to that code is endo, and I can't remember what the code is, or like what the question is exactly, because it's been almost 5 years now since I bought the game. But it's something along the lines of like a 4-letter word that has to do with going over the bars on your bike in midair or something like that, which is an endo. And then suddenly these last couple days a bunch of people have been asking for it. I don't know if like just a lot more people have been buying the game lately and are confused about that. But it's a pretty common knowledge MX term, so I was kind of surprised to know that not many people were getting it right. But it's weird that just like a slew of people just now have started asking that question. Like, you know, why was there not more people before, I guess? So here's the last track. Start gate here, really short start straight, and then into this rhythm, and then the fun begins from here. And this track I actually played, this was the track, like the Supercross track that I played the most before doing this video, so I'll be the most familiar with it. But my lines are inside here, and then you step over this, triple, and triple into the corner. And then this, I believe, is the finish line jump right there. So you land from that, get into the whoops, and then little double section here. I like to go outside and triple in, and triple over, and triple out. Just feels the smoothest. I could be wrong. I'll try some different lines. And then here I like to quad in, and then triple on off. So let's try some different lines. Supercross triple, land from that, and watch out for those tough blocks. You go outside, you have to step onto this, and then I haven't figured out what you're supposed to do off of that yet, but I will figure it out before the end of this video. I promise. Oh boy, OJ. And there's only a few places that you can do different lines, like this upcoming rhythm, where I will go inside this time and double in, and then you can triple onto the table. Very poorly, I must say. Land on the inside and blow the inside rut. Get stuck upside down in the berm, have to back up and make an absolute mockery of yourself, and then triple onto the table. Jump off and quad into the corner. So let's try that again, shall we? We will do the Supercross triple, jump the loops, go outside, and I imagine it must be double here, and then triple, because I can't seem to get the triple off of the little dragon's back thing. And this is all straightforward. I'll go inside again, but this time try to make a little bit better look of it. Nope, still did pretty much the same crap. And I'll go inside here again. See if I can quad from the inside. Nice. And get the Supercross triples. So let me try to triple off of this dragon's back thing if I can. Go outside, step over the start straight. Oh, so close. That's hard, because there's not a lot of like room to do much right there. Which is why I like the inside line, because then you just step over all that nonsense and triple into the corner. It feels smoother, but could be wrong. Up. Oh. And that, my friends, is why you don't go third tapped in the hoops. Alright, let's get one more good lap in on this track. If I can just fucking back up. There we go. So we will get another good lap in, and then I'll wrap up the video. You can quad here too, but I feel like it's slower because then you have to really check up on that double out. Second gear quad. Nice. Let's get saucy. Almost not bring it back, but we good. Alright. Go across the finish line and get one more good lap in. Second gear pin through the whoops. Take the inside. Aw, darn. I was trying to triple to the inside, but I came up a little short on the step over the table, and it screwed me for the tripling into the corner part. Oh well, I'll wrap it up after this lap anyway. I hope you guys liked this video, episode 103, I want to say, of Track Walk. Yeah, where we played MotoVilla by Blake Shiman, aka the FAMmx Design's owner and founder. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you guys on our future Track Walk videos or our future anything videos. And let us know your thoughts on this track in the comment section below. But for Kellen here on Start Your Systems, so long for now.